Let's see what the next person wants to say to us. What up, yo? This is the people telling us that we did good on the curse. A new day, a fresh victory, your highness. Another attack has been repelled, and your grateful subject have a special reward for you. Money! I love money. Money's the bestest. Lindsay gives Tristan an oddly serious look. It was you who was behind the attacks, wasn't it? But why? Tristan was a traitor, by the way, and now he's back in the fold, but he's actually blinded from his arrogance. Not from me. I didn't do that. I'm not that guy. He blinded himself. That sounded bad. He did something that caused his sight to be, or his eyes to be burnt out of his sockets, literally, and as such, he's blind. Tristan drops his head limply. Yes, at least to a certain extent. My lady, Tristan's lips curve scornfully. Nyrissa ordered me to open the way for creatures from the first world. I've often traveled between worlds, so it was not a difficult thing to do. Galarian is closely connected to the first world. Spontaneous portals between the two worlds are not uncommon. All I did was give one such portal some extra stability. Once every few months it opened, wide enough to allow Nyrissa's creatures to come charging through. What I did was terrible. People were dying all the time because of me, and I could do nothing but warn them of the next attack. I mourn the losses every day. My only hope is that one day I'll be able to make up for these evil acts. He was basically duped by the evil bitch that we're basically trying to take over. She's the one causing all the curses, or sort of. And as such, she implemented him. He was like an avatar or a solar or some shit, basically an angel from a goddess, Sarenrae. And he came to Earth, or this version of Earth, and I'm going to mess this story up. Let's see. He came basically to our version of Earth, and Nyrissa preyed upon him, convinced him that he was broken off from Sarenrae, that Sarenrae basically cast him out kind of shit. And he started working for her. Basically, he believed her and lost faith in Sarenrae. He's a cleric. Lost faith in Sarenrae. And part of that's the reason why he was following Nyrissa and basically duping us. He lost his sight in the redeeming act, in my mind anyway, and as such, we've taken him back. That's a brief enough synopsis of what went down. The storyteller's voice is quiet but firm. In any case, I doubt that Tristan's repentance will somehow prevent the next attack. The attacks will continue. As with the ever-blooming flower, I only helped Nyrissa open a portal from the first world to Galarian. I am not the one leading her armies. Okay, notice we have different alignment choices, and when you see alignment choices, this will alter your alignment. Small pieces of it, obviously, but enough neutral good choices, and I will become a neutral good character. Okay, and if that's not your thing, let's say you're a paladin, and lawful good is always your thing, right? So if you start doing too many neutral things, or too many evil things, or too many chaotic things, you will shift out of the alignment choice. Sometimes it can't just be helped. Like, literally, this would be the only thing that my character would do, let's say. And if you're a lawful good character, you're going to have to bite the bullet and just become chaotic neutral. Just the tiniest bit. But again, then the next choice comes up and I can be lawful evil. Again, evil's bad, but lawful moves me back towards the direction I want to be. Or maybe I want to do the neutral good choice because, again, I'm moving a little too close to the neutral side of things. This will bring me back up to the good side of things. So again, you kind of weigh the consequences here. But this is the thing. This is also how I tend to play my characters, where I look at the alignment choices and say, well, I'm kind of this. But really, I will read these, and I will decide which one makes the most sense for me. So again, I'm not hardcore into the, it must be lawful good. No, I just like, yeah, this would be how my character would probably respond. So let's see what neutral good has. Tristan, I will help you earn forgiveness. Together we will defeat Nyrissa. That one's probably the one we're going to pick. Chaotic neutral. Forget about your past mistakes, Tristan. Focus on your future. It's not a bad answer, and honestly, as for chaotic neutral, that's not that bad. You'd better work hard to atone for your mistakes, Tristan, unless you want to beg from my executioner's forgiveness. That's kind of a D-bag move. We will prepare for the, or you can just do nothing at all and just say this one. We will prepare for the next attack. It doesn't matter who's behind it. We won't let them win. Let's do the neutral good. Tristan, I will help you earn forgiveness. Together we will defeat Nyrissa. I don't deserve your help, but as Sarenrae is my witness, I am eternally grateful to you, sir. Sir. Butt kiss. We will prepare for the next attack. Doesn't matter who's behind it. We won't let them win. Storyteller's nods. I am sure of it. Your kingdom is far stronger than your enemies imagine, as you remind them from time to time. Damn right, I remind them all the time. Every time. 75% of the time, it works every time. Okay, here's gifts for me. Yeah, Mim. What up, Mim? Okay, so, if you haven't been following the playthrough and this is your first video, this is an artisan. We have many artisans on our payroll. Basically, it's side quest shit. which is free XP, and why wouldn't you want that? And again, if you kiss their ass enough, do all their little side quests things, they will not only work for you, but they will randomly show up like this and give you free shit. You can request specific things to an extent. What that means is, I can't say, make me a longsword +4, a flaming vengeance. No, you can say, make me a longsword. And they'll like, okay, if they're a person that makes longswords. In this case, Mim, I believe, is our, well, she's the goldsmith, but she's the jewelry person, is the best way to think of it. So if you want an amulet of something or a ring of something badass, chances are she's your gal. She makes, and like all artisans, epic loot, named loot. So not just like a ring of protection +4. She don't give you that lame ass shit. No, she brings you the ring of circumstance or the whatever. And as that, don't say that, because actually there is a ring of circumstance and she doesn't bring you that. But the point is, she brings you, and the other artisans bring you named loot. That usually means it's pretty good stuff. Okay. Now you do not have to keep it. You do not have to give it to anyone on your team. You can sell it. It's yours to do with as you wish. It is a gift for kissing their ass and them basically getting a shop. So everyone that you take on as an artisan, you have to build them a shop in whatever part of the world that they're in. She happens to be in Lake Silverstep. Another one, Irene, one of my favorites, she's in this actual kingdom, in our actual capital. And Arlene's awesome. She makes us like magic whoop-ass shit. So as a magic type caster person, I like both of these characters. I like them all, but more Mim and Irene than anybody else, quite frankly. She gave us the Stalwart Warrior's luck, whatever that is. We'll see that here in a moment. But let's see what she has to say. The goldsmith face shines. Your Highness, please accept this humble gift as a token of my deep affection, respect, and whatever else the rules tell me I'm supposed to say. I very much hope you like it. I worked hard on it. She has this frivolous attitude. It's kind of funny the way she talks to people. And all of artisans are weird. Let's just say it. And some, by the way, are evil. I have made peace with it because I wanted their shit, and too bad, and suck it. I don't care. But if you're doing a true good playthrough, some of these guys, you're not going to do what they say. Because they're like, this guy's a murderer. He tells you to go murder somebody. And we did it. So, whatever. Don't judge me. But I wanted all the artisans because this is probably going to be my last playthrough of this game, and I wanted to get everything that was available to us, and this was the way to do it. So, having said that, some of these guys will give you quests that you're just like, I'm not doing that, dude. Like Irene, the one that makes us all our cool magic shit in the capital. Irene asked us to kill a unicorn. Give her a unicorn horn. I'm not killing no goddamn unicorn. I don't give a fuck how evil I am. I'm still not killing no fucking unicorn. But, as fate would have it, we happened to stumble across a place that had a unicorn horn already killed. Someone killed the unicorn ages ago, whatever, and had a unicorn horn in his possession. And then suddenly it was in my possession. And as such, I gifted it to her. So again, I meet the requirements without being the evil biatch that she wanted me to be. So again, like I said, the artisans are all weird people. But if you do their quests, they will all make you shit. And it's random what they make unless you tell them. Again, I can literally say, make me this. Like, I want something specific from you, which we're going to do here in a moment. But, and here's a big but. This is Oprah Winfrey size but. We have the potential for every artisan, if you not only complete all their quests, like all of their quests, and you have a high enough stat rank in magic or whatever your kingdom stat is. I don't know what they are. You can look it up online. If you have a high enough stats, they will start randomly gifting you their masterpiece. And trust me when I say, in almost every artisan that's available to us, you want their masterpiece. Their masterpiece is really baller shit. Now, some can be gifted to other people because it's not for your character, because maybe you're a fighter and you have no use for the Grandmaster's Rod of casting spells, because why would you? Give it to someone on your team. You have a caster somewhere, right? So there you go. Here you go, honey. Inherit the whirlwind. But for the stuff that's baller, for like say the weaponsmith or the armorer, and again you're the fighter, the masterwork shit that they can give you is fucking tits. So there's some really good stuff. Like there's a guy called Dragon. I kid you not. Dragn. He's a little dwarf bastard, and he is a armorer. We did his quest. His masterpiece item, hell, you actually figure it out before too long. His masterpiece item is he's making the family armor, plate armor, called the Onslaught armor. And you find all the pieces, you bring it back to him, he loses them again, you bring them back to him again, and now he's crafting it. Eventually, when I meet all the requirements, his masterpiece item will be giving me the heavy full plate armor. +5, I think, and better than that, it allows you to move at like an extra 10 speed faster than normal, which means in full plate, normally you're at a -10 to your speed. In this full plate, you actually move like 20 faster than that, so you actually are pretty fucking zippy. And better than that, the armor's enchanted in a way that gives you a +8 to your strength, like you're having an 8 strength belt on all the time. It's freaking amazing armor for someone that can wear full plate. This is something that you probably want. Now, so we can literally just dismiss her and just let her choose what she brings us. She's like, we'll randomly choose stuff. Okay? Or you can specifically request things. I want to order something specific from you. Mim wrinkles her nose. You can't dictate, genius, but well, I suppose it's your right to try. What can I do for you? So you can tell her specific categories. Okay? Like, I want a ring. Give me an amulet. I want something pretty for my head. Or whatever. And again, it's the same with most of them. There's actually one or two advisors, kind of like she's a little pissed at you for telling her what to do. There's a couple advisors that won't even do this. They won't even give you the option. They'll be like, you're funny, sir, and leave. And you're just like, wait, what? I'm in charge of you, goddammit. All right, fine. But if you want a specific ring, or like you know that one of the things that she can gift you is a pretty badass ring, she has many to choose from. You don't get to choose it. You just tell her, hey, I want a ring. And she's like, okay, I'll think about it. And she'll bring you back a ring next time. Again, she may bring you back the same ring every fucking time. And you'll be like, oh, another one of these. Yeah, throw it in the fucking chest. Or give it to someone else or sell it. More likely than not. But if you look up online, people have been diligent enough to post all the different types of rings that she'll give you. Or all the different amulets she'll give you. Or headbands. So you can get a feel for, oh, you know, she has this really kick-ass headband. Maybe I'll get lucky this time and I'll get the good one. So pick it. Or an amulet, or a ring. Again, I'm going with a ring. Master Craftsman nods at you pensively. All right, I think I have a draft somewhere. Now, having said that, some of the advisors, like I said, it won't be a ring, an amulet, a headpiece for everybody, because she's the jeweler. That's what she has. So, like a weaponsmith, you could tell him, make me an armor, make me a mace, make me a whatever. And the weird thing is when you say, make me a mace, you think you're getting a mace. Sometimes he'll bring you something that's not even a mace. But if you look at the list online, Google it and find it on the wiki page, you can find out what they make you in that list. So when you say, I want a mace, they'll list you all the things he will bring you when you say that. And like I said, sometimes it won't be a mace. So look at the list online because, hey, I want that axe. And you may think, well, where's the option to pick the axe? It's not on there. Because you literally have to say, bring me a mace, and he'll bring you an axe. I'm using that as an example. I don't mean that's the exact example. But that's my point. Look online, find out which of these 3 choices or 4, whatever choices they give you, is the one that you really want, and hope that they bring you the item that you want. We have artisans that will make me bows, staves, stuff made of wood, stuff made of leather, stuff made of metal armor. I have jewelers. I have people that will make magic shit. I got Bakken, who's my potion guy, and he's going to make us the bestest potion ever. Anyway, that's her. I'll see if anyone else shows up, because again, it's usually all they show up at the same time. Here's another one. We have lots. Now, they won't all show up at the same time. Again, it's random. Not every month you'll get the same people. Not every other month you'll get the same people. So it's just, the more artisans you have, you almost always have a rotating door in the beginning of the month where people just bring you shit. And if you're not here to collect it, they will leave it for you in your kitty, in your treasure chest. So you weren't there to greet them. It's no big deal. You just don't get to tell them what to work on. They'll just make you something else. They go right back to work, so you don't miss out, per se. So that's cool. Nazriel, if she's the one I think it is, she's the one that I really want. She makes me the best weapons. Bow ceremoniously in accordance with our agreement, I have brought you a gift which serves a payment for your protection. If she makes the masterwork item I want, it's called perfection. I kid you not. It is a longsword, and I'm a longsword sword saint in this playthrough. The longsword she makes you gives you a +2 to your attack bonus, +2 to all your skills, +2 to all your saves, +2 to your armor class, and all those stack with pretty much every other bonus out there because it's an inherent bonus, not an enhancement, not a polymorph, not a morale bonus, none of that weird shit. It is literally an inherent bonus, which means, or innate bonus, excuse me, and it's basically across the board you get all those things just by having it in your little hand, and it's a +5 longsword besides. It's freaking amazing. And again, I want that sword. So we kissed her ass. We actually had to kill somebody for her. Don't judge me. With an elegant gesture, the elven lady hands you a package. I hope you will appreciate the quality of this gift. It is better than any weapon the local masters can produce. The chameleon ring. I expect a gift worthy of favor you've been shown. You respect our deal. That's commendable. I want something from you. Let's do something from her. I'm all ears. I need a sword that's swift and tough. I need a dagger that's invisible and deadly. I see the ones that I haven't picked, right? I can use something that increased my speed. Sample of elven metalwork. That was probably the thing she just gave me, which was a ring of all weird-ass things. I could use some flexible and sturdy chainmail. Speed and defense are equally important to a warrior. You shouldn't sacrifice one for the sake of the other. Better to keep both. I like the way you think, Nazriel. You're awesome sauce. Alright, that seems to be everybody. Ancient Curse Part 5 is now on our to-do list. Look at in here. Notice we got lots and lots of magic items. Heart of Valor. Someone dropped me off some gold coins. Padded armor. Cloak of Heroism. Demolisher. So someone probably dropped that off to me, because I don't remember leaving that behind. But maybe I did. And this, for those of you wondering what it is, the Cloak of Heroism is nothing more than a cloak that allows you to cast the Heroism spell once a day as a second level wizard. It's a low level magic item, nothing fancy. You can actually, with this mod that I have, you can gift yourself something like this at the beginning of the game, which is kind of cool. I always hated when I played D&D pen and paper style, and we started at level 1. It never sat well with me that people started with not one magic item. It doesn't have to be a magic weapon of badassery, no vorpal blades of this, or lopping the heads off with a great axe of that. But certainly someone in your family gifted you a magic ring, +1. For Christ, they come like Cracker Jack prizes by the end of the game. You're like throwing them in the goddamn gutter. You're like, oh, another one of these pieces of shit? Pfft, thanks. And you know, it's junk. But this is another example of one that I can see, like your mom, because of all her loving care, put it together, knitted it out of her hair or some bullshit that you drum up as the DM of the game, and literally say that you have a cloak of heroism that your mom gifted you to protect you in troubling times. And here you go. So at level 1 character, you got your cloak of heroism. And again, it's not game breaking. It only is once a day. You have to take a knee to get the spell back. But for 20 minutes a day, because it's a 10-minute per caster level, it's already set at 2nd level. No higher, no less. So you get it for a 20-minute buff a day. You basically have a +2 to your swing, a +2 to your saves, I think. No, +2 to your save against fear, and +2 to your skills. That's something like that. It's a decent upgrade. But again, it's not going to ruin the game by giving a character something like this, or giving him a ring of protection +1, which is what we got from Tartuccio, by the way back when. So it's not like, again, we're breaking anything by giving you one magic item. So usually I let them pick from a list when I DM a game. I'll say, hey, here's what, you're a thief, a rogue, or whatever type. Bard, even. Because we've had those games where we've never had a thief. And man, those suck. But we had a bard, for instance, and I'll say, here's stuff that I consider something that bards would have access to. Pick one from the list and it's yours. Level 1, you got 0 XP. Your trainer gave it to you, or maybe you picked it out of his pocket when you went to look at it, and he's never going to notice it because his pockets are like filled with fucking magic rings. He's never going to notice one missing. So you happen to squirrel this one away, and you know it's a ring of protection +1. Poof, here you go, buddy. And they're like, sweet. And now you have one magic item. And again, they don't have to keep it. It's not like, oh, yeah, I must hold on to this sword forever or some bullshit. No, if you need to fucking sell it because times are tough or whatever, or you want to upgrade, why tote around that useless piece of gear? Sell it, mount it on your wall back home, whatever you want to do. And that's how we would play. So I like this version of the game where I have these traits that allow me to gift myself magic items like something like this. I think that's more fun. So again, everyone's different, but what we're actually here for is I wanted to show you the items we just got for free. So go here, go to newest to oldest. So all the new stuff is in here. So here's what we picked up recently. Stalwart Warrior's Luck. That was from Mim. She gave us a circlet. So it's something you wear on your head. So instead of a hat, you'd wear this. +2 luck bonus on all saves. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's not bad. Sells for a decent penny too. Not bad, Mim. Thank you. I'll find someone that can use that. What's this one? Chameleon Ring. Ah, yes. +2 enhancement bonus on stealth skill checks. That's crap. Well, I guess we can give that to like knock or something. And there is stealth in this game, and it does work. However, like I can cast a magic spell on myself. That's a +20 bonus. So it's kind of like, wait, really? They may stack. So there's that. So 20 and 10 could be a 30. So yay. Someone else gave us a Belt of Mighty Khan. I don't know where the hell that came from. And we also got a Lord Protector. Now we're talking. One-handed dueling sword. Okay, okay. This is a dueling sword. What does it say? Oh, weapon refuses to damage the allies. Oh, this is a lame ass one. We'll sell this. This is a dueling sword. Dueling swords are different than long swords, by the way. It's weapon finessable, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, finesse wielding. They have the same crit range, the same damage. Other than that, they're exactly the same thing. They're a finer sword, if you will. And then notice the exotic weapon proficiency to even use it. Dueling swords are pretty awesome because there's a lot of cool feats associated with them as well. Having said that, if you use a dueling sword saint, which is a thing you can do, it would actually be pretty fun. This one would, if you like, for say you got confused with a spell, confusion spell, where you would be randomly attacking yourself, the nearest enemy, the nearest friend. This would roll a penalty against swinging against a friendly opponent. So again, if I got confused, which obviously you don't want to ever happen, but if I did, I would be less likely to slit my friend's throat, because that's a -5 penalty. Having said that, I think they should have jacked that up to a -10, because if you're good at your job, a -5 ain't that big of a deal. So a -10, on the other hand, you would have felt that shit. So I'll sell it, but sell material. And again, a Constitution belt. This is just a +6 to a con staff for somebody. Again, I have a belt that's giving me a 2, 2, and a 2. This is a 6, but only for one stat. I'd rather have them across the board. Actually, I want the one that's an 8, and 8, and 8. There is one of those in the game, and I want it for my main character. He will be badass with that shit. Having said all that, let's grab the stuff from here. The cloak, anyway. And let's see if anyone needs that shit. So we go here. I press I for inventory, and we just want to see if anyone needs a cloak. Nah. Belt of Khan, she has the Sash of Slash, so a dexterity bonus as well as DR5 against physical damage, so bludgeoning, slashing, and piercing, except this one can be penetrated with slashing damage. So again, slashing weapons will hurt her, so like swords and shit like that. But piercing weapons will, 5 of the damage will be soaked up every time. Bludgeoning damage, or blunt weapons, however you want to think of it, will soak up 5 of the damage every time. So that's a pretty awesome little upgrade for her. She has rings. She doesn't need another one. He's got his rings. He has a good cloak. No. No. Well, yeah, no. She's got this cursed cloak on, which is awesome. Ring of Luck. I need to be checking for headbands, too. I keep forgetting that. She's got her charisma one on. He's got his phylactery thing on. No, we're good there. She's got the crown. Notice that she has my crown. Evil bitch. How dare you steal my crown? Well, I gave it to her on purpose because I got a baller-ass hat +8. But she's good. You know what? Nah, that's dumb. Give her that back. I was going to give her the Chameleon Ring, but she's not a stealth person, really. Neither is he. He's got Wisdom upgrade. As a cleric, that makes sense. Oh. Note she's undead and therefore has no constitution. She's got a bonus to Wisdom as well as her judgmental uses a day. One more use a day thanks to that cool headband. Hers. I could see giving him the Chameleon Ring because he's a stealth kind of guy and he has high dex. His belt is 4 points in strength, 4 points in con. There's a mod, by the way, that allows you to kit out your pets with gear too. Not everything, but like you can give them a belt or a necklace or something like that. But I'm not using that mod. She is strength and she has dex from something else. Interesting. Nothing that I need to give her though. Knock. He's a stealther. Here you go, bro. Be extra stealthy. He needs a necklace too, it looks like. Oh, he doesn't need it because he has natural armor from this, right? Yeah, +3. That's why. He doesn't have a necklace. I don't have a necklace to give him because this is already a necklace or a headpiece of natural armor +3. Usually this slot is used in many cases for natural armor. Notice this one does not, but he does not have the ability to cast slower haste spells. Now, his speed here is 30. If I equip this, his speed goes up to 40. Watch this. So he is faster. So there's a reason to give it to him. But I don't usually want something squishy like him being in the front. That close to the front, I should say. I go in first. He comes alongside me and anyone else that's in the front, and he knifes the shit out of him with those kukris of his. Yeah, he's got gear. Okay. Mary, what are you rocking? She's got a strength belt. And I got a con belt, and I got a dex con belt. Vast intelligence. Ooh, here we go. Upgrade. See this? 4 to a 6. So notice the 26 will jump to a 28. Boom. Smarter. And this +9, remember, she's an advisor. The advisor role for her is based on intelligence, I believe. The other one is based on charisma. And so there's ones that are based on charisma, some that are based on wisdom, I think, some that are based on intelligence, some that are based on strength. So you have to set your advisors up like he's the general. He's based on strength. You notice I made sure his strength is fucking baller. And I'm not even magically enchanting his strength. I could, but I'm not. So he's crushing it right now. He has the headband of mental perfection, so 4, 4, and 4. The solid upgrade for him. Yep, that's it. Looks like we got a bunch of shit to sell. Cool. Alright, now we go back to here. Since you talk to these people, there'll be a success because you talk to someone. No, it's a lame upgrade, but it's a +1 to arcane. Yay! And success, you met the people with the thing. Yay! So you're done. Now, quick save that mess. Go back to your list of things that must be done and start figuring out who goes where. Reg is good for this one. He's good on that one. He's the only that can do that one. Here, looks like Christian can do this one. Here, the storyteller can do this one. And we're back to Reg. Now, notice the % chance of passing this. We have a 45, oh, I should have closed it. 45, a 70. I'll happily lock in at 70%. 35. Notice we have crisis points. These are basically coins that you can put in here. You earn these as you level up and get cooler shit. So these will replenish themselves, but not a lot, not very fast. But if you really need to have someone better, you can, make sure that they pass that shit. So again, on you how many you want to invest. Notice 35 jumping to 61 is not that good, but it's better than the 35. So I won't hesitate to put one in like this. This shows us that we really need to start working on his rank stats. So his loyalty +10 needs to come up. Here, he's at 85. He's fine. Again, a coin would make it perfect, but I don't need perfect. We're scum saving it. The whole point is to get it to at least 50-50 so that I can do the coin toss and just scum save my way through it. He, on the other hand, is rocking a 45. That's close enough. If I gave him a point, he'd be at 70, and I don't mind that because, again, sometimes scum saving gets soups annoying. Notice we have a economy upgrade, the arcane lobby. Remember, that was from kicking that one doofus out. Cost of building with static arcane bonus. So these are the buildings that they're talking about. They list them for you. Is reduced by 10%. I rarely do these things. They're not that interesting to me. I rarely build buildings. Rank ups, on the other hand, are baller. This is the one to take her from 3 to 4. Okay. Notice though espionage is lounging behind as well. We don't really use that one yet that much. He probably can go. Actually, I don't even know that he has given us the choice to rank him up. Let's actually take a quick gander. Here's the counselor, general, and this is the actual advisor that is the general, by the way. So when you're supporting their endeavors, you have to use them. So notice that because I already got Reg working on something, I can't upgrade him to a 4 right now. Regent, I could get her to a 4. Let's leave it there for the time being. I could take him to a 4. That's the divine guy. Here, okay. I could take, nope, Lindsay's busy. He's busy now. He's soups busy. He's not, and he needs the help. So that might be the thing to do here. He's available though. And then he's the one that's lounging way back here at a 1. So this would be nice to bump him up. But see how he's espionage? He's at a +12. That's because of his stat. I want to say he's probably a dex-based son of a bitch. So you see the leader bonus and the stat rank and whatever. the leader bonus, I think that comes from his actual ability score. So whatever ability he is, his ability is giving him a +6. That's what you're seeing there. And then the +2 comes from stat rank, which is the fact that he's a level 1 ranking character. So notice that the 1, the 2, the 10, the 5, the whatever we're talking about here doesn't mean that they get a +4 or a +3 or a +1. It's not random. It's not the number. It's just letting you know that, again, going up 1 does not increase him by 1 necessarily. So we're clear on that. But I could put him on this, and he needs it, but he doesn't need it as much. And she's at a solid +15, so she's rocking right now. Loyalty. You guys are back to being busy. Okay, so here's the people that I can basically work on, not counting Octavia. Now, again, this would fast forward 14 days. What would that do? All these would be completed. Okay, 14 days worth. So all these would be completed. That's okay. I have no problem with that. That needs to be done. And again, before we do this, of course, we'll hard save as well as quick save. But here's our ancient curse. Look how much time we have before the next curse. See this? This is where the game starts off slow, or starts off fast, and then gradually turns into a slugfest. So in the first curse 1 and curse 2, curse 3 even, they were rapidly within like 30 days, 60 days, 90 days from now. Oh my God. And now it's, you got till next year. It's like, what? So it's cool because it gives you time to build. But this is what we use that building time for. Upgrading your people, ranking them up, ranking up your buildings, taking over new territories, and then exploring too. I want to get as much ranks up as I can so I don't forget. And again, the downside of that is time-based. So again, in 14 days, it'll be the 27th. I turn that in, right? What does that mean? How much more events are going to show up in that 14 days? I can't tell you. But that's why we scum save. We save first, like that. And then I say, okay, time to rank someone up. Who is it? Who needs it the most? She's at a +12. He's at a +9. He's at a +12. I'd say him. Start the project. Look at all the events that just showed up. Some of that's the ones that are being turned in, by the way, so don't panic too much. But yeah. And again, quests will show up while we're busy. So he's now ranked 4. It's right here. So again, 4 BP a week. Again, as long as it's equal to or less than the economy's rank, that's how much BP a week we'll get. So you're steadily going in the right direction. Now, before I take him up a higher level, I'd like to get the economy up 1. But that means I need to free up the economist. That's Jubilost. Okay. Failure. This is why we're going to scum save. I'm just going to zip through this part because we're going to definitely do this. He succeeded this time. He succeeded. He triumphed. Success. Keston's training is complete, so he's even better still. Now, we're not saving that, but I want to see. He's at a 12 now. Part of that was because Lindsay upgraded him, and part of that was because we ranked him up. Okay? So, 2 things that are jumping him from a 9 to a 12. And that, again, that's a +3. That's a decent increase. That's usually a 5% increase for each point up to pass your check, because it's a 20-sided die roll, right? Assuming that you needed anywhere between a 1 and a 20, each increment of that die is a 5% increase, okay? Because 5 times 20 is 100%. So if you needed a nat 20, because sometimes you do, then you only have a 5% chance to get it, because only on a 20, one chance to get that. On a natural 20, will you pass that check? That's a 5% chance that you'll pass it, okay? It's simple math. So each point that you increase these guys, that's like saying that you give him 3 other options, right? Because again, he went from a +9 to a +12. That's 3 more points. So again, if it's a nat 20, well, originally would have been good enough. Now it's a 20, a 19, an 18, and a 17. So now you've increased his chance to 20% chance to pass it. You understand that? So that's a 4 times an increase, technically speaking. 5% jump to 20%. Now again, each increase is going to be slightly less each time, but that's not the point. It's a solid upgrade. So again, we definitely want to do this. Tristan's another one that we want to definitely start ranking up a little bit. Notice that we also got the chance to deal with the guard headquarters, another upgrade to region thing. Again, my picture is involved, which means it would actually take this many days for us to dilly-dink around with that, so 7 more days would spit up. Notice all these other things popped up at the same damn time that we spun those 14 days up, so this is shit that needs to be done. And it's entirely possible we do not have enough people to do all these things. Like, the storyteller could be busy, or he could be useful on both these things, and he's the only one available. You see my point? So again, This is why spinning the 14 days is bad. Unless you know you have days at the end of the month to triage this shit. Normally, I do it at the beginning of the month. Why? Because if I start on day 1 of the month, and I spend 14 days, so it's the 15th, and all this shit shows up. So let's take this as an example. Here's one where only the storyteller can do it. 20 days to do it. Oh my god. But again, as long as you start it now, before the beginning of this month, you're fine. So I have 4 days to put him on this, 3 or 4 days to put him on this, and we'll be fine. But let's say he needs to be the only one that can do this one. And again, 20 days. Let's say it was 2 days. Okay? This one. I could put him on this one, and in 2 days it'll be the 29th, and I still have time then to put him on this one. You see that? That's important. That's why giving yourself that leeway at the end of the month to jump around is extremely valuable, because sometimes you will have no choice but to fail a quest because he's the only one that can do both these things, and there's not enough time in the day for him to do both. Nothing I can do about it. So again, that's something you have to look at. So let's go back to our initial save spot. So press F8 to go back to our quick save. We'll fast forward those days again. Notice that I put them in place on purpose so that they'd be there waiting for me. Now remember, I can rank him up. He went from a 9 to a 12, but again, Lindsay also turned in her quest. Let's not rank him up. Let's actually rank up Ekin, because 14 days, he's got nothing to do. 14 days will put him from a 1 to a 2, so we'll see what his plus 12 goes to. Lindsay will still turn in her quest. I want to see what his rank got, how many points he got for Lindsay turning in hers. Maybe it's 1 point, maybe it's 2. He's ranked 2 now. See that? And again, another +1 to my BP, so nothing really different there. Still the same amount of BP I'm getting in every week. Success, triumph, success, triumph. Looking good so far, guys, and Keston's training is complete. So we can save that. Let's do so. Event. Redemption. Keston went up a point only thanks to Lindsay's training. See that? He went from a +9 to a +10 because Lindsay turned in her quest. That's still good. Not great. He's double digits, so all I really cared about is that he's better. It's a 5% increase, and I'm happy with that. So that's not bad. We have all these events to handle. So again, if you go from first to last, Ekin is now a solid 12. See, I don't think he went up at all. Someone's in the throne room. Storyteller is the only one that can do this one, so you might as well just put him in there. Just make sure to start the event at some point before you leave. But I normally go through like this and see, oh shit, I wanted him on this one too because he's the green swatch. And again, here's the kick on this. Next month. The other one was also next month. So I have no choice. If I didn't fast forward the 14 days, it's entirely possible that one of these would have showed up on day like 3 or 4. Or 15 or 16. And I would have had time maybe to do one, and then I could have done the other. But Jubilos will be the one that does this one clearly. Over here, might as well put Lindsay on it because she's the best on the list. Over here will be Tristan. Okay, so everyone's in a job except for this one, which is again meeting in the throne. Now, something I need to show you. You see how he got the +12, right? So again, taking him off. Notice when I put Ekin on, it gives me my percent chance, 45. You should always check other people in here. Even though he's at a +10 and he's +12, you would think he's better, right? And almost always that's true. Sometimes these guys, for whatever reason, have a bonus, and I can't explain why. So check to make sure that his number is actually worse. Okay, so 35 versus 45. I'll take the 45, and I'm not going to invest a coin in it because there's no real reason I'll scum save that. No problem. I just need to make sure that I'm saved before the 6th day. Why? Because then when the 6th day chimes in at the beginning of the day, it's literally at midnight, he will either fail or succeed, and it's hard-coded in at that point. So if I save before, and then I say, oh, a day goes by, oh, he turned in his quest, oh, he failed, go back to your earlier save, and then progress forward again. Just keep repeating that until he passes. If you save after the 6th day, whatever he did, pass or fail, you got it. So that's why you save. You got to keep track of the days. So I'm cool with that. Start your event, sir. How about you? He's the only one that can do this, so it's easier for me on this one. And a 50-50 chance, cool with that. You, 35. That's not going to pass. And again, let's actually check to make sure that, yeah, so everyone else is busy. So again, we'll put Jubilos on it, use a coin, so he's at 61. Start the event. Lindsay, you're the only one here? No. So Lindsay's rocking a 55% chance. The other guy should be too lower. Should be a 45. Let's see if it's true. It is. So again, if I want 45, that's still fine. Maybe I want to keep Lindsay for some reason. Maybe I want to upgrade her. Again, that's a thing. 55, good enough. Christian. Again, he's rocking a 55% chance. Jod is also 55. So maybe I want to rank up Tristan. It's up to you is my point. I do want to actually rank up Jod. So I'm going to use Tristan here. Okay, in the beginning of next month, I'll probably do rank up for Jod. Let's actually take her off of this. Let's see how I find Jod. Jod would be the, no, not the counselor, not the general, regent, high priest. I want to get the divine up. Why? For a couple reasons. One, the only two people that work on curses are the divine person, which is Jod, and arcane, which is Octavia. Both of them need to be up as soon as possible, in my opinion. And this is just my take on it. It doesn't mean I'm right. I do want everyone up. But again, I want these guys up more. And I want him up most. Why? Because Octavia, I can upgrade her gear, giving her a better stat. I can't upgrade him. He is a non-player character. So this is one of the only ways for making that plus 10 go higher. So I want to put him on this eventually. Not necessarily right now. We're happy with everything that we passed. Quick save. And we wanted to go to our kingdom. Someone had a throne room event. Let's talk to the people. We'll check our journal, make sure there's not something, a quest, an actual quest that needs to be done. What up, Lindsay? You're a cute little tushy. Lindsay looks like we're finally about to see another part of that story about Darvin and Lynxia, but this time a peaceful solution seems an unlikely outcome. That wretched book burner has sent us a message. Here you are. I hope you enjoy it. She's softened her tone a bit, and now she's asking us to help her. She writes that Darvin has built a city near your border, so she's going to assault it, and she's decided that we'll volunteer to be her reinforcement. Oh, well, we volunteered, did we? Lynxia's order. We parted ways, not on the best terms, but duty demands me to inform you that the well-known criminal called Darvin has founded a city in the Camelins, in the vicinity of your southern border. This hotbed of vice must be stamped out, and Darvin brought to justice. I'm heading to this Brineheart immediately. If you have even a pinch of decency, you will do the same. Fulfill your duty. Lynxia bends the order of the rank. I hate her. She's a book burner, like Lindsay says. However, Darvin lied to me too, the son of a bitch, and he's working with the devil. So, Lindsay suddenly realized something. You won't be offended that I read your letter, right? It's just that the courier brought in an unsealed paper, so I just... Please don't read my letters anymore. I'm just kidding. Fine, we'll go there as soon as you have time to spare. I guess we should hurry, or they'll probably kill each other before we even get there. Brineheart has been revealed. A bunch of XP. Okay, this is an actual quest. So again, everything now gets shelved for the kingdom, and we go and do this, because it's a timetable issue. This is another one of my artisans. This is Talkie Talk, the one we call Shania. If you ever go do her quests, you go talk to her. Every time you go talk to her, she will not shut up. And this is coming from me. So you know she's a chatterbox. I'm just saying. So Talkie Talk, or Shania, is another one of our artisans. She's pretty good. But she's also one of those that I think you don't give her, she doesn't give you a choice to tell her what to make. I am happy to see you, O most worthy one. A new gift and new stories await you. Please accept this fine item. It has been crafted according to the traditions of Vudrani craftsmanship. Even in the impossible kingdoms, possessing something so precious would inspire awe and envy. We got the Fervent Edge. Now that sounds cool. I thank you, Shania the Tulip. Remind me, who are you and what are you working on? Just thank her. I would gladly relate a story from my homeland that inspired me to create this, but alas, due to another pressing matter, I must take my leave sooner than I would like. Fine, piss off. So again, like I said, random artisans will randomly appear. Usually it's the beginning of the month, but not always. So we need to go to Brineheart. But what did she just bring me? It's got to be this thing, right? The Fervent Edge of Falcata. On fire, +3. Ooh, sexiness. And look at this Falcatas. They're exotic weapons. I never use them, but this is a solid weapon. Decent crit range, but this is the fun part of it. This is the same crit range as my long swords, 19 to 20. That's not bad. It's not a nat 20. A 19 or 20 will get you there. That's still better than nothing. But instead of my longsword, which is ×2, like most weapons are, this one is a ×3. So when it crits, it does 3 times the damage. Whoa, that's just fun. Incinerating Fury's Enhancement +3. This +3 Furious Brass Falcata grants its wielder the ability to cast Righteous Might spell once per day as a 9th level cleric. And Righteous Might, for those of you that don't know, adjust myself in my seat so I can explain this properly. Okay, Righteous Might. It's a cleric-based spell. Oracles have them too. I think it's possible that the Inquisitors get them. I'm not sure. It is a better version of Enlarged Person. Okay, you get bigger, you get much more strength. So instead of a +2, you get like a +4. You get a penalty to Dex still because you're big and oafish and clumsy, but your con, I believe, goes up as well. So you have a higher Constitution score. You get resistances, so those DR/5, I think, / against good or evil, depending on the type of character you are. And those are good or evil weapons, not good or evil people. And one or two other fiddly things I just can't remember. But basically a solid upgrade. Now, granted, you only cast it once a day, but so what? When you really need it, poof, there it is. Notice it's also an incinerating weapon. That just means it does 2d6 of damage instead of 1d6. Otherwise, it's just a fire weapon, a flaming weapon. But that's on each hit. And it's also furious. Notice this part. A furious weapon serves as a focus for its wielder's anger. When the wielder is raging or under the effect of a rage spell, which we have access to, the weapon's enhancement bonus is +2 better than normal. So instead of it being a +3 weapon, if you were raging, you're at a +5. That's a pretty badass weapon. And worth a pretty penny, which we will totally sell because ain't no one in my kingdom can use that shit. So not bad. Just saying. Pretty cool. And I love free shit. So, over here, making sure no one turned anything. I always leave a dead zone, by the way. It's a common thing for me is to leave a dead zone like this so that if someone turns in something to me, I can actually see that they gave me something. Oh, look, they gifted me something, and I didn't even notice that. Sword. Leave that there. Just make sure that I remember that habit. And an agile weapon, for those of you that don't know, if you are weapon finessing and have a higher dex than strength, if you have an agile weapon, you get to replace the dex modifier with instead of your strength modifier for the damage that it does. So agile weapons for a dex-based build are amazing damage output. You have to have weapon finesse, though, to get that to work. And you also have to have a dex bonus that's higher than your strength bonus. Otherwise, they'll just use your strength bonus as normal. So we are leaving. Who am I taking with me? This is my core team, me and my two patriots. These are my mercenaries that I purchased on purpose. We have an Inquisitor, Inquisitor monk, I believe, and we have a undead, which is why she looks undead, an undead arcane trickster / eldritch scoundrel build. That's right. And then, of course, we have Jubilos, a nice healer here, Tristan, and then Lindsay. Now, let's grab I want my good bowman with me. So we have a good back rank, we got a good front rank, is my point. Now, we are going to have to figure out who are we going to side with in this problem. Notice we also have something here in the throne room, probably just for turning in the quest for talking to people. That's what the little red flag was about. Excuse me, goodness. The loyalty +1 for talking to Lindsay about the letter. And by the way, I should read that letter. I wonder if it will let me on the open map like this. Newest to oldest, here's the letter. Almost always you want to read it. Like literally right click and info it. Because if you don't read it officially like this, the game is like, oh, you didn't look at the letter. Well, you should have looked at the letter. Why didn't you read the letter? I looked at it. I know what I'm doing. But the game assumes you didn't. So journal updates sometimes will have that as a caveat. Where you're like, until you literally read the letter or give the letter to Val, you can't just bring her along on the team and assume that you talked to her. No, you have to physically go and talk to her if that's a thing. So bring her the letter, show her the letter if it says to do so. So always check your stuff. Notice the red. Go to Brineheart, blah, blah, blah. We'll have to go to Darwin City, turn everything out, and make sure everyone gets what they deserve. And I'm okay with that part. But where is this Brineheart? Oh, look at him, right next to my fucking city. You son of a bee. Alright, Shambling Steps is the town. I can teleport to it. We'll do so. And we'll do this tomorrow, because I need food. I just realized I'm hungry. My name is Brother Mutant. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what you guys think so far, and we'll actually get into the action tomorrow. Matter of fact, after eating, I'll probably come back online and do another couple hours, guys. I know this one was a little early, hour 40 minutes or so. I'll chop it into 2 separate videos. but I'm trying my best to keep them at least to an hour apiece-ish. But with that, my name's Brother Me. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, tell me what you guys think. I'll see you guys soon. Bye now.